What's good, y'all? I'm about to give you guys my fight week breakdown and prediction of Jose Ramirez versus Josh Taylor. And it's a fight that everybody's been waiting for, you know what I mean? I've been waiting for it. A couple people that I know are waiting for it on online, obviously. So pretty much I'm just gonna give you guys my breakdown, and what I see happening in the fight. It's basically what I kind of been saying, you know what I mean, like on other platforms and stuff, where Josh Taylor is going to use a lot of his skills, but it's all about right here. That's going to play into mind, you know what I mean? And Jose Ramirez is going to be the one that's going to goad him into that type of affair. And what I see happening is a lot of things. And it's up to Josh Taylor to actually keep himself focused on that type of stuff that's going to happen, like all them tricks, those tactics that Ramirez is going to try to do because of his style and everything. And just basically, Josh Taylor really needs to rely on his skill a lot, rely on his boxing, what he's been taught since for a long time, since he's been working with a lot of trainers, internationally. Because I've seen him on a couple of cards where he was training with like different U.S. trainers, different Mexican trainers, like Nacho Beristain, all of them. And out of all like the, how do you call it, that European circuit, I think Josh Taylor is like actually one of the more talented ones. And when you have like Josh Taylor against like Jose Ramirez, Jose Ramirez has that like hybrid style of an American style. And well, obviously, I don't want to say Mexican style because that shit is stupid, you know, where like we have to like classify it as like getting hit in the face a lot and all that. But it's really that style, that Ramirez brings to the table where like he just offensively works very well and stuff. But the thing is, like, he really has to go Josh Taylor into a fight. And when you're going Josh Taylor into a fight, that's when like you really expose like a lot of flaws in him, like in his inside game. I get it that he was able to get away with it when he was like backing up Regis Prograis, but he was also having problems when Regis Prograis was boxing him too. And Ramirez can box, but offensively, I think Josh Taylor is really gonna notice that he's outgunned in this area, stylistically when fight night arrives. So when you're talking about like Ramirez and his acumen, you have to consider that he is a very smart fighter. He works around a lot of stuff. He works around defensively a little bit, but I can tell he gets hit a lot. But not so much as people make it out to be. Because I remember he did get hit against Maurice Hooker, and Maurice Hooker was actually able to uh, like make some type of expose some type of deficiencies, in terms of like Ramirez's style and everything. But the thing is, Josh Taylor, man, like Josh Taylor can't goad himself into that type of fight. I've been saying this repeatedly because I still remember him like getting mad over the fact that Andre Ward didn't really see Josh Taylor as like this smart defensively fighter. I mean, I kind of like understood what Andre Ward was saying, but at the same time, man, like, well, not defensively fighter, but he said something about Josh Taylor not being able to pose the turn, like he was fighting on the inside, because I think Josh Taylor is a good outboxer. And he could fight a little bit on the inside, but I could understand like why Andre Ward was talking about his deficiencies on the inside. And the thing is, like, I never seen Josh Taylor like get, excuse me, I never seen him get like significantly exposed like on the inside, in terms of his deficiencies and all that other shit. You know what I mean? So uh, you really have to take that into consideration, what he was saying, Andre Ward. And I could tell that Josh Taylor kind of took that to heart. So I think that's why his mental is not going to be exactly where it needs to be, you know, in terms of this fight, because stylistically, this is probably going to bring him outside of his element. And I think that's going to bring the best out of Jose Ramirez, you know, because then he's going to be able to launch his offensive assault and all that other stuff. So, uh, what I see going for Jose Ramirez is the left hook. And what I see for Josh Taylor is just working behind the jab, you know, because we just saw in the Victor Postal fight that Victor Postal gave him a lot of problems and shit. You know what I mean? So uh, the jab, just like basically judging distance, is what really, really beats Jose Ramirez. And Josh Taylor, man, like he could actually do that, but it's the inside game that I'm really worried about because I don't think he will beat Jose Ramirez on the inside, in my opinion, of course. So uh, just to give like a quick prediction and stuff, because I don't want to make these any more longer than how they used to be. I'm probably gonna pick Jose Ramirez by split decision, you know, because like these guys at the top level at 140 pounds have been like in very close fights. Like Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis was a close fight. Josh Taylor versus Victor Postal was a close fight. Ramirez versus Victor Postal was a close fight. So like these guys like are just not gonna get outclassed like that widely. I could be wrong, but then again, like consistency, man, like that's really what I look into, you know, like when it comes like to these top level guys fighting. So I'm gonna pick Jose Ramirez by split decision. So that was it for today. I'm gonna catch y'all guys on the next one, you know what I mean, or whenever I could, obviously, because right now I'm somewhere else. So pretty much whatever comes up, you know, like all these fights or anything you want to discuss, I could make it like on the next stream. So catch you guys on the next one. Later.